So, today is the 1st of January 2021. What does that mean? It means new watches for the new year. So let's get into the Rolex Explorer 2. Now, you've probably seen Adrian's video. You probably only came to my video after seeing that video, but he made a video on the 2021 Rolex Explorer 2 release. So it will be the 50th anniversary of the Rolex Explorer 2, since it was incepted in 1971 by good old Rolex, and they're coming up on the 50th year this year. So the purpose of this video is to take a look at the current one, the 2020, well, not 2020, the one since 2011 that we've had, the Rolex Explorer 2 reference 216570, and the one we're looking at today is the one with the black dial. Now let me begin with a brief recap on the Explorer 2. Don't worry, it's really brief. 1971 was the first Explorer 2, reference 1655. It had a 39mm case. Then in 1985 we've got the first 5-digit, reference 16550, and it had a 40mm case. Followed that up in 1989 with the 5-digit that we know and love, the reference 16570. So in 2011 we got the 216570, which is the first 6-digit Explorer. Now before we continue it, I'd really like to thank Ken Watches, because they're the ones who let me get hands-on with this piece and many other watches. They're a watch dealer based in Hong Kong, but they do ship worldwide, so do check them out at kenwatches.com. So let's go with the specifications for the Explorer 2. 42mm case size, 50mm lug to lug, that's the distance between the top of the watch and the bottom. Thickness, 12.5 or 12mm. Now it's not really known which exactly it is because people are not very good at measuring, and I haven't measured myself. Now, lug width on this watch is 21mm. Now if you've been a watch guy for a while, you probably cringed as soon as I said 21 if you didn't already know this, because watch guys hate odd lug widths. Why? Because you can't pair it with straps easily. Most straps you get are 18, 20, 22 sometimes, and that's because most watches across the range usually have an 18mm or 20mm. 20 is the most common for lug width. So 19 and 21 really leave a bad taste in pretty much everyone's mouth. Water resistance, sapphire crystal, screw-down case bag, all things we don't really care about when it comes to this watch or the new release, because they're pretty much a standard that's kind of given now with every watch Rolex has, or every watch any really good stainless steel sports watch manufacturer includes in their watches. So it's no longer something cool. And this is an Explorer's watch, so you don't really expect to have a really high depth rating because it's not a diver. And that's alright, it doesn't really matter in this case. Now the two things that matter are the case size and the movement. Now the movement is a Rolex caliber 3187, which is basically their GMT caliber, which has 48 hours of power reserve and an accuracy of +2 -2. And if you really do care, they've got a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring. Do you care about that? I don't. I really don't. But +2 -2, that's not going to be improved in the new model because they can't really guarantee a greater accuracy than that, I think. And they did not do that with the new OP and Submariner movement, the 3230 and 3235. So there won't be any improvement there, but the power reserve is the one thing that everyone's going to notice, which will probably go up to 70 hours. I mean, we're expecting 70 because it's kind of the new 50 or 48 that they've had. It's kind of the new standard because they kind of shot themselves in the foot by putting the 70-hour power reserve movement in the Tudor watches. Now, how's the watch in the hand and on the wrist? Well, it's solidly reassuring. Now, the first thing that came to mind was a hockey puck. You know hockey? The sport? Yeah, well, the puck. Now, I've never played hockey, nor seen hockey, nor held a puck. And still, that's the first thing that came to my mind. If you're a hockey player or you watch hockey or you're into hockey, please validate or invalidate my claims. Now, the feel on the wrist is quite good. I've got to say that. It feels solid, it's very assuring, and it makes me want to learn about hockey. But apart from that, it's a really nice watch to have on the wrist, but it would be nicer if the case were to be a little bit smaller and the thickness were to be reduced, because Right now it doesn't really slide under the cuff, and this is not a watch that people really truly use in the actual context it's made for. So they could have slimmed it down a bit. Maybe they'll do that, maybe they won't. The GMT function. A nice thing about the GMT function, which is pretty much in all Rolex GMT watches, the GMT Master and this, you don't have to set the GMT hand every time you change time zone. You can just quick set the hour hand to match the time zone, so your minutes hand is left in place and it's really quick to do that, and it's good for adjustments on the fly. So we've spoken about the Rolex Explorer 2, reference 216570. I said it differently there. Anyways, the 21 release. What are we going to see there? I don't know if I'm really going to make any predictions for the 21 release, but I'm going to tell you what I don't like on the existing model and what I hope to be improved on the new release. So let's begin with that case size of 42 millimeters. I want them to make it a Rolex case size of 41, which is basically 40.5, as we've seen with the Oyster Perpetuals and the Submariner release. So I want them to do that to this watch and give the same treatment to the bracelet. And what that really entails is the lug width going back to 20 millimeters. 21 is stupid. I understand when you have such a large case, but bring it back down, please. Now the thickness, like I mentioned, I'm hoping 11, but that's not really an area of concern for them, and most people don't really care about this. They want that presence on the wrist, and it's a sports model, so I understand if they don't do anything there. We never got into the hands. Now because of the large dial, well, the 6-digit Rolex Explorer 2, the hands are so thick and, well, very, very visible. I think the minutes hand is really like a meat cleaver. It's so thick and fat and kind of obtrusive, and I really like the reference 16570 hands. Now that's too small for such a dial, and the new aesthetic is better. I do agree with that, but I think they can reduce the thickness of that minute hand. It's just far too thick. I don't know, maybe you disagree with me, and maybe you really like the Explorer for that iconic handset, and I'd understand that. The main thing people are talking about is the bezel turning into ceramic. A black ceramic bezel instead of the brushed aluminum fixed bezel. Well, it'll still be fixed, but instead of the brushed aluminum bezel that they currently have. Now what do I think about that? I think the Explorer 2 need not be changed in terms of the bezel. It's pretty iconic, and it really differentiates itself from the rest of the range that Rolex has, and I think they should leave it that way. And I do think they won't touch the bezel really. But if they do have to go ceramic, I don't want black ceramic, I want white ceramic. Imagine a polar dial with a white ceramic bezel. Like, I think some of the Omega Planet Oceans have that combination. That would be nice. Or maybe because it's the 50th anniversary, maybe they go orange, because orange is the true color to the Explorer 2s. An orange bezel. Imagine that. I think that's a little bit wild for Rolex. So we're probably not going to see that. Those are my predictions, well, guesses for... They're not predictions, they're not guesses. I think those are just my comments on what I'd like to see. It's probably unlikely that all of those criteria are met in the new watch, but anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what exactly you want to see with the new watch. Do you like those fat meat cleaver hands? Do you like that 42mm size? I know there's a huge number of people that really want the larger sizes, even though it's garish on most people's wrists. But whatever team you're in, let me know in the comments below, and see you guys next video.